All right, this is the fourth time having to retake this because of just not enough space. And whew, like it says I have enough space, but yet it just keeps ending it short. But okay, fifth time's a charm, or fourth time, whatever time it is. Um, Half in, right? I've been just like not fully committed to the journey of celibacy, fitness. Like if I want to commit to fitness, I want to be the best. If I want to commit to celibacy, I want to actually go in on celibacy. If I want to commit to growing every day, pushing myself, I need to commit. And that involves sacrificing, and I don't want to sacrifice stuff. I'm still spending a little too much time on my phone, a little too much time downloaded apps again that I probably should not have downloaded. Ooh, it's snowing, and those are some chunky snowflakes. It's like the second snowfall of the year. So yeah, sorry. I wanted to comment on just like celibacy because my mind has been all over the place with it, and it's a blessing I'm still up there in the days. But if I said I wanted to be celibate, like I have to be celibate and quit playing with fire and quit trying to go backwards. And anyways, here's what Mike V told me. Shout out to Mike V. He's just a blessing to have, and I'm extremely grateful for him. I gather from your recent video that you're getting bombarded with temptations. Yeah, temptations. I am getting bombarded with temptations, and my mind is entertaining those temptations. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know. Anyways, bombarded with temptations to throw away your progress and go back to jacking off and or hooking up. I want to give you a little pep talk in that struggle. I'm not trying to persuade you to be celibate because I'm celibate. I'm trying to encourage you to maintain your celibacy because that's how you've said you want to live. And I have said that. And I do, but then a part of me is just like, doesn't, and it wants to experience the thing and then like go back to it, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm trying to encourage to maintain because you've said you want to live. I do want to be celibate. So, when I was in my first year of permanent celibacy, I had to learn that the best defense against the impulse to release was my refusal to cooperate with the impulse in its initial moment. When my mind would sense my body's natural physical desires and begin to think, hey, I could quit, I'd shut it down immediately with that simple but emphatic statement, no, I don't do that anymore. My mind would pout for a moment and then get over it and move on. The statement, but I'm trying to quit, won't work because it leaves room for negotiation. If you begin to negotiate, you've already lost. It has to be the final and emphatic refusal to cooperate. The option to procreate is the only reason men have that sexual functionality, and you're certain that you don't wish to procreate. You've previously tried masturbation and fornication, and you're very publicly found them to be less than satisfactory. Whatever entertainment value they have is the most temporary thing there is. You know from experience that they're not worth all the baggage that they bring along. Therefore, you've made the very logical decision to go deep with celibacy as your chosen sexual state. The only difficulty with celibacy is that it's difficult until it's no longer difficult. You, sir, have never been a man to be deterred by difficulty. You seem to live to challenge difficult things, and that's great. Now you're about 8.5 months of celibacy, which is amazingly commendable. In the past 1.5, it's way past 1.5 times as long as your previous personal best. There comes a time when a celibate man turns a corner and knows that he's arrived and that he's never going back. After that, maintaining celibacy is no longer difficult. It's just as normal as putting on your shoes. Men vary, but for me, that happened at around 8 months in. I feel that you're almost there, and the temptation to throw it all away is the last grasp of your former ways. Now, former ways trying to keep you from turning that corner. And for what? A few entertaining spasms that turn into regret a few seconds than they lasted? It's true. How now? How many days, how many does a man need to have before he's learned all there is to know about them? How exactly would have one more improve your life? Would it finally be the one that would be different from the rest? Why are men so unsure of our manhood that we want to rub out our seed periodically and look at it just to reassure ourselves that we still can go deep, if not now, when? That's true. Like, I know, like, if I had sex or if I rubbed one out, it's just, there's no benefit to it. There really isn't. And I don't want a kid in this life. Like, I don't. I know that. I don't want a family. I don't want to go down that route. I want to get more connected with God, with the universe, with myself, with nature, and having that powers, it's a spiritual tool to connect deeper. And just giving up pleasures of the world, right? But yeah, it is that temptation, that last push that the body just refuses to give up. Like, it's just like, because I'm not that sexually experienced, well, a lot less than most people, it still has that curiosity. And I don't know, it's just like, I've always self-sabotaged myself. Like, it's been a reoccurring pattern. I remember before big tests in the past, or before big basketball games or soccer games or big events, I would self-sabotage myself by playing video games hours on end the day before, the night before, not getting much sleep, and watching porn, fapping, and then just being less prepared than I should be during those big events. And I've self-sabotaged myself a lot. And I don't know, I'm tired of it. I am, but some days it's just like, I think it's because it always thinks I have time. It always thinks that I could restart. It always says, oh, you've got time. It's only one relapse. You could just start over. And that's scary. Because I don't want to be some 50, 60, 70, 80-year-old still relying on that pleasure, vapping. I don't want to be a 50-year-old vapper or chasing that instant high, which never satiates, just constantly chasing highs. I don't know. I want to commit. I want to say, like, this is it. Like, I'm committed. I'm, like, giving myself to a higher power. I'm giving myself, like, I'm gonna be my best self in this life, and I'm going all in. Like, I want that. But then I know a part of me just hasn't followed through before. So it's like, what makes you so sure you're gonna follow it this time? So it's like two voices. The voice of what I should do, that's like the difficult path that I want to go after. Then the path that's just like the least resistant and like, hey, you could start tomorrow. Like, what's the harm? You don't beat yourself up. And that's true. A lot of people get on me about me constantly beating myself up, and I have, but I move on pretty fast. Like, I'm not constantly talking negative about myself. Okay, spend a minute or so, like, you suck, you're awful. But then I move on pretty fast, which can be good or not, because I forget about that pain, and that pain, we're pleasure-seeking people. The mind's always gonna want that. Olive, what are you doing? Want to say hi? She gets her nails stuck every time. Anyways, hey, that could be the thumbnail. But yeah, it's just these two voices in my head. Anyways, huge shout out to Mike V. It's just the war of my mind is just still going on, and I'm blessed to be on this day. And it's been an extremely hard journey. And after a year, I don't know. But I want to get to a year just to It's hard. It is hard. So, yeah, I'm just saying it's hard for any man to undertake. And you don't have to go this long. I just chose to because I wanted a journey that wasn't easy. And could it have been a more fulfilling journey with more consistent positive habits? Yes, and less distractions, less tempting, less playing with fire, all that stuff. It could have been. Like, it could have been a better journey, but just the fact I kept going and it hasn't been perfect. And I have dealt with temptations and like pitfalls and highs and lows, and still gone. I'm extremely proud of myself. So I need to commit. I need to commit to who I want to be. I can't be a half in, half out kind of person. I don't know. I don't know. It all connects, right? It all connects. So that's what's going on in my mind right now. And let's get these gains. Gotta get some more muscles. But I'll get there. I will. It's just one thing at a time, one day at a time. So I'll see you later. Peace.